just a standard thing. Gold here is on the 4-hour scale, and I have been working with the idea in the last few days that let me go to the 30 minutes, that gold was going sideways here. In fact, you can see my arrows. I was suspecting that it is in the business of tracing a B. Yes, I think that's most likely a B. Very short. I'm just updating it because these arrows are from yesterday. But in essence, it has fulfilled my projection here. I think that is an A. That's an A, B, C, D, E, B. And we're going down for that C, which means we're going to break at least 32.75. And of course, we could go much lower because normally the C is 1.618 of the extent of the A. So that tells you we could easily go to under 3,200. In fact, here we could put the ratios to come into the background here. So going down to 3,240, which seems to me very feasible for gold for this this correction. That will take us to the 50% retracement of this jump. Going lower to the 0.618 will take us to the red line. That is roughly 3,177. Okay, and then that's the moment of truth. Yeah. If it is coming back, which I think is quite likely because I think what it did here is a B. When you have an A, B, C structure, especially when the market bothers to give us a clear B, if I'm reading it correctly, and this is indeed a clear B, it tells you this is a counter trend move. This is the main trend. This is the counter trend move, which means that it's going to come back. It's going with the main trend. Now, should we see such a thing evolving over the next 2 to 3 weeks, which seems to me quite likely, when I see also what's going on in other markets. You can throw in, of course, Bitcoin, you can throw in the stock indices, etc. I think it's a wrong conception to think that gold and silver go contra the stock indices. No, that's not my experience. I think that they move together, also the cryptos. And when you have a depression or you have a depressive move, a big depressing move, you have huge selling waves, the precious metals get affected for sure. It's a question of the financial system is being hit and people are being hit with margin calls, and that basically leads to weak demand. Yes. Okay, so that's basically the idea. Now, what happens if it doesn't stop at the red line? What do we do then? We are going to have to revise and review the wave count. That's what we have to do. Now, right now, that's the first red line. I would go with the idea that should we break under the 50 moving average that is coming up here on the daily, do you see the 50 moving average? It'll not necessarily spell disaster for gold, but that will take us already quite a bit lower. First of all, it will wipe out the 1-2. Yeah, that will probably be untenable. Because if you go with the assumption that this is a 1-2 and that's another 1-2, the market doesn't have time, if you like, to go and settle down around here at 3058, because it is on a very accelerated pace. That's the assumption of this wave count. Okay, should it go down to the 50 moving average, the bull is still alive, no question in my mind. But if we rest on the level just under 3,000, we could experience an extended correction that obviously will not go back up and continue with the bull very quickly. I mean, with the impulse wave. Yes, that will require reassessment of the correction in reference to the entire move that started from here. Now, if you want to figure, that will take us to a base of 2,604 to the top registered recently, let's say 3,514. You understand what I'm saying, yeah? So that is the first line, if you like, first line of alert as to the viability of this very explosive structure of a 1-2, 1-2, and we're going back up in another move that will fly through the roof here of 3,500. Yeah, that's your first line in the sand, if you like, this red line, and I'll be with you. Of course, we will follow it carefully as it develops. Now let's have a look at silver. Now this is silver on the daily. Silver has few options here. I will not consider it strange if silver finished a 5-wave run, as I'm showing you on the green scale. Whether this is a 1-2 or 1-2 actually here, I think there is a fair chance silver finished a 5-wave run. That means a correction is coming, and that means silver could correct easily back to 30.9. 30.9. You can run some Fibonacci's, etc. The alternative wave count would be that this is 1-2, as you see in red. A third was struck here, or more likely here, a third, and what you're going to experience now is a fourth wave, which would see silver correcting, of course not as much as if it is a second wave, because it is relating to a different scale. Nevertheless, silver could go easily to 32. Yeah, it all depends how it comes down, how quickly, what sort of pattern it is going to trace for us as it is coming down. If you see on the 30-minute scale that it's coming down and it's tracing an A, B, C with a clear B right here, and what I mean clear B is a triangle. Yeah, if you see a clear B triangle right here, you know what? Let me jump to the 15 minutes, so we can discuss some exact scenarios here. You see, if this is the beginning of the decline, and it goes sideways here and it gives you a triangle, and then it drifts lower, it is quite possibly in a fourth wave rather in a big second wave. Yes, nevertheless it could nevertheless it could go down towards 32. So these are the thoughts that I have currently concerning silver. I do not expect silver to go and break the panic low here. Absolutely not. Okay, otherwise I wouldn't have orders lying. I have orders at around 31.50, and I have intention to modify those orders should it give me a very clear ABC around here, and I find that I see gold coming back up, yeah, let's say in a few trading days, and I see this one reasonably strong around here, then my orders will shift to a high ground. Okay, but right now I don't have a position in silver. I'm trading it short term. I have some investments which are longer term, and I'm addressing basically the precise wave count here. It is directed to those who trade futures.